Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Leanne, and if you want to see more of my videos, go down below and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. So for this week's video, I've decided to update you guys on my life and explain what I've been doing and why I haven't been uploading this past month, which by the way, it literally felt like forever. And then I'm also going to be telling you guys how I broke my arm, which, yeah, it sucks. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and let's go. So surprisingly, a lot of you guys have been asking me where I've been and why I'm not uploading and when I'm uploading again. So I kind of feel like I owe you guys an explanation because it's not just YouTube. I've been super inactive on Musical.ly as well, and I'm so sorry about that. So for this past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been running exams, and that's the main reason why I haven't been uploading, because I wanted to focus on my studies and I want to get good grades. But I didn't pre-film videos because I knew I would still have the time to make videos every single week, which obviously I didn't. But it's not because of the exams, it's because I was selling my notes. So it wasn't the exams itself that kept me busy, it was making the notes for the exams, because I was making notes of everything we had to study for every single subject, and it literally took me like 8 hours per subject depending on the subject. And not only that, the people who I sold it to wanted the notes like a week before the exam, which is definitely understandable. I understand that not everybody can study the day before like I do. And I basically had to focus on getting the notes done before the deadline, printing them and getting them out in time so that the people who ordered them can still study. I just decided making videos every single week and editing them while making notes and studying for my exams would just be way too much. I wouldn't get the time. I barely had the time to make the notes and study for my exams, which there was a lot of exams which I didn't even study for. So not only with the videos has been very crap, because I wouldn't have time to make them, my grades would also be suffering because I wouldn't get time to study, and everything was just too much and I wouldn't get time for anything. So I made the decision to take a break from YouTube during the exams and focus only on my studies and my notes, and I'm so glad I did because I feel really good about this exams. And not only that, I made 7,500 Rand from selling my notes. That's around $750, which is absolutely insane because there are people that has to support their families that gets less than that per month. And I made $750 in 2 weeks. That's actually really sad, but I decided I'm going to save the money until next exams, and then I'm going to put all of the money together and I'm going to invest it into YouTube. So I'm planning on buying a camera, which is so exciting, and I can't choose because I have 2 choices and I can't decide. So I'm deciding between the Canon G7X and the Canon EOS 70D DSLR. If I get the EOS 70D, my main channel videos are going to be really good quality because it's a DSLR camera. But I won't be able to vlog with it, and I'm still going to have to use my phone to vlog. But if I get the G7X, I can use it for my main channel videos and my vlogging channel, but it's not going to be as good quality because it's not a DSLR camera, and I can't decide if I want the vlogging camera or the DSLR camera. So help me choose, comment down below which one you think I should get. And that is basically why I've been gone for so long, but I'm back now and I'm excited to be back, and I'm going to try to be consistent with making YouTube videos again. Now onto how I broke my arm, which it sucks, but it's actually a funny story. So every single year our school has a show where every single class performs and there's acting and dancing. It's kind of like High School Musical vibes. So basically how it works is every single grade is divided into groups, and then the groups get a song and they have to dance to the song on the night of the show. But then there's the dance team. So you have to go audition to make it because it's really advanced dancing. It's much more difficult than the normal dances from each grade. So it's basically a group of all of the best dancers from the school, and originally it was only from grade 10 to 12, but I'm grade 9 and I really wanted to make the dancing because I love dancing. And you guys know I don't take dance classes, I'm not in a dance school, I don't have a dance team, I basically teach myself. So when I auditioned, I knew that there would be tough competition because everybody that made the team are doing dance. They're like taking ballet classes or hip-hop classes, and I on the other hand don't do dance, I just like dancing. So I decided I'm gonna try out, and I made it, and I was so surprised because not only do I not do dance, I'm also grade 9, and usually only grade 10 to 12 make the dance team because it's actually just for them. So long story short, I made the dance team. Okay, so after the exams we get a week off, we call it recess, just to like rest before we have to go back to school. But in this week I still had to go to school because we had to practice for the dance team and the show is in 2 weeks, so we had to prepare, okay? But I'm the smallest out of everybody because I'm very short and I'm grade 9, so I had to do the lift. So basically, how the lift works is 2 people would stand here, and then I would have to go stand on top of their hands, and then they would shoot me, and over here there would be people that catches me. So before the exams, we already practiced the lift a bunch of times, and I was super comfortable because I love doing lifts and it worked out perfectly. But we did it with girls, so girls shoot me up and girls caught me, okay? And then after the exams, during the recess, when we practiced the lift again, we did it with boys. So I understand it because they are much stronger, so they can catch me easier and they can also shoot me higher and further. But also keep in mind, during the exams, I didn't practice the lift at all, so I first needed to refresh my memory. So the first few times after the exams, when we practiced the lift with the boys, it was feeling really funny. I felt like I wasn't jumping right, and the boys were shooting me also in a different way than the girls did. Like, they were holding the hands the same way, but the way they shot me up was just much different, and I just couldn't get it right. Like, I wasn't shooting up right, and I was feeling really uncomfortable, not because they're boys, but in the way they were shooting me up and the way I was jumping. And looking back now, I should have said something. I should have said that there's something off and I'm not feeling comfortable, because maybe I wouldn't have broken my arm. But I guess everything happens for a reason. So the last time we tried the lift, I jumped too fast. So the boys over here only caught the bottom half of my body, and it's not their fault at all. I actually think it's my fault because I jumped too far. So the upper half of my body fell. Obviously, I didn't want to face plant into the floor, so I put my hands out, which is what anybody would do if they fall. And I just heard which is the scariest sound ever, by the way. So I stood up and everybody's looking at me like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm laughing, but I also want to cry. But I'm not crying because I'm feeling this pain, but I don't know what it is because I haven't broken a bone before. And by the way, I'm also the first one in my family to break a bone. Obviously, that would happen to me. So you know when you hit your foot or your hand against something and it hurts, but then you just like shake off the pain, like it's gonna be okay. So I tried to do that with my arm, but this is how it looked. So I'm standing over there holding my arm up and everybody's looking at me and talking at the same time, so it was so overwhelming. And then when I tried to like shake out the pain, I realized I can't hold my arm up on its own. So then I realized something is really wrong. So I tried to shake out the pain. I was just like, oh, this is so, why is it so when I do this? And it went in slow motion because obviously it's broken. So I couldn't do this. I literally went like this. Something is wrong with my arm. And I was so confused because I couldn't explain the pain I was feeling because it wasn't that sore, and the teachers asked me like, explain the pain you're feeling, and I just couldn't explain it. So they called my mom and she came to pick me up and we went to the hospital, and I was keeping my arm like this the whole time, but keep in mind I wasn't crying because it really wasn't sore, so I really didn't think it was broken. Then when we took the x-rays, the doctor like had to make my arm straight like this, and I couldn't, it was so sore, so like my whole body was going with my arm to make it straight. So just by the look of the x-rays, we already thought I broke my arm, but we had to go confirm it by another doctor. And on the way to the doctor, I asked my mom if we can get ice cream because, you know, ice cream fixes everything, and usually if something bad happens to you, you get ice cream, but she said no. And then that doctor basically confirmed that I did break my arm, but he also said that it's very rare that someone breaks that little bone because he said he hasn't seen someone break it in like years, and I guess that explains why it wasn't sore. Because it's not sore now either, except if I turn it in a certain way, which I got lucky there. But then we sat in his office and I just like burst out in tears crying because of everything that I'm gonna miss, because I won't be able to do production now because I'm not gonna be able to dance, and I'm also not gonna be able to do my guitar competition, and I'm gonna miss band for like 6 weeks, which really sucks. So I'm sitting there crying, my mom started crying, and the doctor's just like looking at us, and all of a sudden he says, you know what's worst of all? Having to wipe your butt with your left hand. And I started laughing because this is my right arm and I'm also right-handed, so he was supposed to close my hand as well, but he didn't because he's nice and he felt bad for me, so I'm not allowed to use it, but I can use it. But yeah, that was really funny. And on our way back home, my mom did get me ice cream because she felt bad, and that is how I broke my arm, and it sucks. It's bad timing, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and it could have been worse, and I'm gonna be okay, so yeah. And that is it for this video. What you think, let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, also subscribe to my channel. It's free. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.